I've sort of gotten most of my rants out already when I was actually watching the show. So I'm hoping that there won't be a lot of um, aggravated, disgruntled bunny noises coming out from you right now. But there were a couple of things that I wanted to put out there in the ether. And they are, now that we know there's no He-Man in He-Man, there kind of wasn't any Teela in their portrayal of Teela either, which I was disappointed with, because I was wanting a warrior princess. I wanted to, I'm kind of missing this whole Xena, Buffy the Vampire Slayer thing, and I'm having a hard time finding surrogates to watch that have that same element. And I was thinking, Teela's right up that alley, and hopefully she can be this new character that will empower those of us with a more feminine slant. But we didn't get that. So not only is Teela a bad role model because she bugs out, forsakes her anybody who's ever treated her as family, and is a coward, and you're expecting down the line that she's going to get all of these mystical powers that she's going to have to harness. I don't want somebody with those characteristics wielding that power. That seems like it would be a bad idea. So not only is that aspect there, but just visually, I don't get any girly-girl badass fighters. And I think those are sorely missing now. There was a lot of manly man in her, and all they had to do was keep that first drawing illustration of her and just use that through the show. I don't see why she had to go through this masculine transformation to be a better Teela. The message that I'm getting from that is my evolution as a powerful woman means I gotta turn into a dude. I don't like it. I'm not buying it. And I will keep my dresses and I will keep that tiara. So here's me scrambling on the floor to get it when Teela takes it off and dumps it on the ground. At first I was like, oh, look at all her hair cascading down. Gosh, that looks really cool. But then no, she leaves and becomes some mercenary with no ties of responsibility anymore to the land, and that was really messed up. The other element that I was not impressed with were the implications that you don't have to be courageous. You don't have to deal with your feelings in a responsible way, but that you can just get superpowers. You can just be spectacular without any of the hardship parts. And I don't like that message either. If this show is supposed to be geared towards some element of adolescent youth or something, I would really hope that they would have given a little more life lesson type stuff, which the old He-Man show, for those of us of an age who remember watching that on television, they put the moral of the story you can't miss it. So I'm kind of bummed that part isn't in it, where there isn't a moral of the story. Because if I'm just supposed to glean it from the context of what's happening, you're sending a terrible message to people. If your feelings are hurt, you no longer have responsibility to be a good community member. You can just wander off and do your own thing. You can get supreme power and wield it however you like. There's no sacrifice for it. I'm not really seeing her sacrifice anything, except, maybe a bit of her ego when she's in Preternia and she is coming to terms with her fears. That's the only time I really see her have any kind of consequence, and a consequence that is completely internal, that you can't, that you're not showing as affecting anybody else. It's a poor consequence because we're all living together. We're trying to make our own community be a healthy environment by helping each other. Even though some of our feelings get hurt, you gotta kind of put a stiff upper lip on it and help out each other, because in the end, helping out each other is beneficial for everybody. And I'm not seeing any message of any kind for putting across anything. And I'm disappointed that they could have taken that opportunity and given us some good community-minded messages. Because diversity and inclusion doesn't do anything if you're still an asshole. The other thing I'm kind of like about is when Orko is doing damage control on the recent panel that was responding to some kerfuffle with the fan base and Rotten Tomatoes, is that they're purporting that we're going to get more He-Man in episode 6 than we will ever want. And I'm thinking, this is just him going to be naked, isn't it? This is just him going to be naked. We're going to see the back of He-Man, bare shoulders, bare back that's kind of like a muscly and He-Man-y, and the bare bottom He-Man. So we're going to get that full, not full frontal, but like full backle, dorsal. I don't know. Does dorsal work for mammals? Like it does for, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And the frightening thing about that is that they're gearing this, or I don't know if they're gearing it toward kids, but I do know that because it's a cartoon, a lot of kids are going to be watching it. So I'm really not into kids being seen naked body stuff as like, we're going to make this normal. So if that's what they mean by more He-Man than we've ever wanted to see, I'm kind of afraid for that. Who knows though? I want, sorry. I want them to try and reimagine where they're going with this in the second group of episodes that we're going to get. Even if it's relegated to a tell, not show kind of transformation, it would be nice of them to say that being a self-centered bitch isn't really conducive to a healthy environment. And that Eternia will die if nobody takes care of each other. That you've you've got to at one point put aside your own egocentric lifestyle and take one for the team if you're gonna have any sort of prosperity. So right now, I don't think Teela deserves the sorcerer's powers that she's coming into, because you know she's going into them. I don't want to see. I don't want to see a coward wield those powers, and they're gonna have to. They haven't showed me that they can show me a journey of a character, in these past 5 episodes. So they're gonna have to do like a complete 180 on her character, Teela's character, for me to accept that she's gonna wield these powers and it not just be a terrible decision. The other thing I wanted to bring up, oh wait, just really quick. So yeah, Warrior Princess. In the Warrior Princess vein, I was expecting Sarah Michelle Gellar to bring in that whole Buffy element to it. The positivity, the sprightliness, the quippiness, the little femininity, and then some badass smack you upside the head. And she didn't bring that Buffy to Teela. She maybe brought alternate universe Buffy, who was no nonsense, super bland, nothing but work. She maybe brought that Buffy, but I mean, I guess you can only work with what you're given. But the writers, I think they lost out on an opportunity to utilize Sarah Michelle Gellar's Buffy heritage and give her a really good script to work with. What she got now was this there is no word in the Oxford English Dictionary to convey how the scriptwriter dropped the ball on connecting Buffy and Teela, having Sarah Michelle Gellar there. So it's just really, oh my god. But yeah, they didn't give her the script to be able to bring some of that girl power and have it be real girl power and not just disgruntled old man vibe. So those are my thoughts. now that all the guys have gone through there's no He-Man and He-Man, oh poor He-Man got dissed and stuff. I wanted to let that percolate and off, and then just sit here thinking, like, if they're gonna go the whole Teela is this main part, I can let you have that. I can get on board with that, but I'm jumping overboard and I'm swimming back to shore because you gave me nothing and you're going in a terrible direction with Teela as your main focus. Yeah, please. Please rewrite her. Give her better dialogue. Make her have better decisions. Because all I see is her caring about herself. And when she's not caring about herself, she is dragging along poor Andra, and I'll hope you have a better day. Watch some Buffy. Watch some Xena Warrior Princess.